Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Bugbear's Basement. Today we're going to be continuing episode 5 of the Moonshea Isles, and we will see our intrepid crew head into enemy territory. Ha 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 ha! Maybe I can kill someone finally. There's a new halfling bard in the party. That would be a good start. Nevertheless, very happy to have you guys here. Thank you very much. Do keep in mind we have all the links down below. We'd love for you guys to check those out, particularly our Fanspeak page over on Facebook. That's a great growing community. It's really cool. We're over 800 subs now, and Dinale is extremely excited. Boy, I know that's hard to imagine, but he does get excited just off screen. But nevertheless, guys, definitely do all those things he likes you to do. But of course, the thing we need you to do most is to hit that share button and let your family and friends and extended community know what's going on, so they can come over here and join us. Even joining us for D&D, the nerdiest activity you can possibly do, and used to be sinful and dangerous and demon involved, and when I was young, but these days it sounds to me like this and many other nerd activities have simply been taken away from the nerds, and we still getting them pointing their finger at us and going, "Ha ha, you bastards!" That's the world we live in. But nevertheless, hello, D&Ders. How are you guys doing today? Are you ready?
Yep. Yeah. Let's go kill some shit.
Indeed.
Go kill some shit. All right. Well,
Yeah.
that's one way to put it.
There's my one.
There's your one. All right.
There's my one curse word.
Well, now, of course, before we get into that, we're going to give Slick Jimmy a couple minutes as usual. We do know that this is kind of like right at the time where he finishes work and has to run home and jump on the internets and be here with us. So we always give him a couple minutes, and we're happy for you guys to come and there he is. Kind of like perfect timing. Hello, Mr. Slick. He's muted himself.
He has.
Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah.
Chester. How are you?
I am very well. I am very, very well. It's a super sunny day out, which means it's going to be hot as hell. But I got myself a cup of coffee, and my air conditioner is broken. Did I tell you guys that? I got a broken AC.
Ugh.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
dude. I wouldn't want to have to deal with that. It was a friggin' scorcher here today.
Hey, I got a fan that's about 6 inches in diameter. It's handling it. It's handling it. It's sitting right next to me. So I'm surrounded by moving air. It's awesome. And I have to wait till Sunday before they come to install it as well. But it is what it is. At least
Wow.
at least
I would
it's
die.
over. Well, you get used to it, I suppose, living in the sauna world that is Japan. But
God, I would have loved to thrown this weather your way just for a little bit. You would have
oh,
had a nice refresher. We had this storm come out of nowhere. It was like nice 80-degree day, and then tornado warning. I got to see all this rotation in the clouds outside my window.
oh,
And
nice.
then and then it just went just barely north of the town I'm in today, and then it rained. It was sideways, doing that lateral rain. It was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Well, I actually have experienced a few tornadoes in my life, and I remember seeing as a kid, I saw one forming in the backyard. Now, of course, my parents at that time had a couple of acres, so the backyard is a little bit different of a statement than backyard. But I watched this thing form. It went over the house. It touched down in the swamp across the street, and it took off. And it took out the little small town section on the other side. So that was pretty interesting. Tornadoes.
Nice.
Yeah, but that's life. I don't get tornadoes over here, but I do get torrential rain, and that's always fun. But nevertheless, actually, before we jump in, I give the typical weekly update on what we've done and where we're going. I did want to make one little news reference, if you will forgive me for that, everybody. But I'm going to make the news reference because I saw that yesterday that the Church of Sweden has declared that Greta Thunberg is now the new Jesus. So, therefore, we have actually seen them gender swap Jesus now. That's the extreme we've come to, guys. Jesus is now female. Claps. That's worthy of claps. Come on, claps. Definitely. No?
Here.
No? No?
Hoodie.
No.
Haram.
No.
Haram.
So when
man.
did she get crucified? I'm just wondering.
Yeah, well, they keep,
Yeah.
they keep calling her. She's like Helen Keller. She's like Joan of Arc. She's like the baby Jeebus. All those people were horribly, horribly murdered. It is interesting referencing these liberals are doing. But hey,
Yeah. And they were all horribly, horribly murdered by the people that first adored them.
of course. Well, that's what happens to socialists. But
Yeah.
I'm just sitting back waiting. I'm kind of like chomping at the bit, eating my cheese and having crackers ready.
Oh, it's already starting to happen. There's already
Yep.
people saying that she's white, and there's a problem.
Oh my goodness. How dare you? Did you see that the Apple's new Apple TV thing, and they have all they spend billions of dollars, billions of dollars on original content, and there's not one stitch of it that I'm interested in. And did you know that Emily Dickinson is now a Latina Mexican? hmm hmm hmm
Yeah. Actually, I didn't know that because I almost cared enough to look, but I didn't.
No, I had to. My wife was looking at it, and I said, "No, not another." But dude, it's like they're starting to race and gender swap real historical people now.
Well,
Yeah.
Shakespeare obviously can't have written all that being white, so it has to be somebody else.
It was
Probably.
Lord
Did I
Bacon
re-
and his team. Did you know that? There was no William Shakespeare.
Well,
Yeah.
if he
Did
was,
I,
unless he was, gay, then
Yeah,
he wrote it,
yeah,
right?
there you go. Yeah, then that's probably what'll happen. Anyway, enough of that. Let's move on, guys. So let me go over to the other side here real quick, and I'm going to give us a little bit of a update on where we were. So then I will let these guys take over and get us to where we're going. So let me share my screen, guys. Just keep in mind that all you have to do is white box my image there, and you'll be able to see what I'm showing the other guys. So let's come over here. And let's show. Oh, there it is. All right, let's come over here. All right, so you guys know that we are playing in the Forgotten Realms, and particularly on Faerun. Of course, everyone plays in Faerun. We're on the far, far, far west of Faerun, and we're in the Moonshea Isles. And of course, you know that the after the spell plague here, it's been many years. We had the war between the Njord and the Fafolk, and that war ended because the Eldrin returned with a vengeance, and they've been causing a lot of trouble. But nevertheless, we're on the island of Moray, actually, and half our party got here because they were clerics of Corlin, sent over to build a temple here in the city of Cork. But of course, those things have gone sideways because the head cleric that was in charge of those activities is now sadly dead. It was Theodric himself has perished, but they were also here to look into the werewolf problem, and of course our party is knee deep in werewolf trouble, and of course Cork itself has been razed. As have many smaller things. The werewolves are on the march, called the Black Blood Tribe, of course, which are under control of the god of chaos himself, Millar. It's been quite an eventful amount of things that have been going on. But our party did end up here in Orkholm, where they are right now, and they're mainly what they're trying to do is save the women. Because Cork, of course, was raided, and the men who weren't in the army were killed. The women were taken. One of those women being one of our party members' mother. So he's definitely interested in getting her back. And of course, the information they have gained along the way has shown them that they are in the city of Fairview, which is on the west coast of Moray, and it seems to be the stronghold of the Black Blood tribe. At least that's the information they have. They also know that they're heading in this direction. There are some alternative side quests they could take. One of those would be to kill Black Angus, the mage, who is creating portals and letting this army move around Moray freely. Of course, if you can stop that, that's going to swing the tide quite easily. And of course, another option they were given an actual artifact by the Grand Magus Sebastian, and this artifact allows them to meet Millar and not die like instantly. Yeah. And of course, Malar is walking the earth. Once again, we have a similar situation that had happened long ago during the times of troubles. The gods are starting to walk the earth again. So there's a lot of things going on, a lot of trouble, and this wee little party is just interested in, you know, not dying, I would say. But nevertheless, I can think that gives us a quite a tight little update on what's going on. And of course, what I will do is allow them to make their own decisions. And had just had themselves a little bit of a party in Orkholm, especially the halfling. Which I'll let him explain that himself. But they did gain some information, and they gained free passage as well. So the morning is breaking. The roosters are cock-a-doodle doing, and you guys awake to a beautiful day. Go ahead.
All right, so we all we left our rooms already? Are we all just kind of out and about?
Well, I would say you're waking up, and you're covered in some kind of slimy, drooly substance of some type. You're not quite sure, but then again, you've never been with orc maidens before, now have you?
My Cornelius has no problems with any of this. He is he gets up out of bed, but
hmm
slowly. He's just gonna sneak out of the room, you know,
hmm
and gets out into puts on his clothes very quietly,
hmm
and then heads out into the hall.
All right. Well, you have your gear and your pulling pants up, and various other things are starting to get buckled and buttoned. And let's see here. The monk, the young innocent monk, is just coming out of his room as well, and he sees this half-shot and half-clothed halfling.
You know,
Oh my lord.
let me tell you something. You haven't lived until you've had a 5.5 way with a bunch of orcish women.
5.5.
I take one step out of my room. I hear that, and I turn and I walk the other direction.
Well, you
I
are
don't
the
think I
cleric. You should. That's true.
I don't think I even want to know what that means. 5.5 way.
hmm
It sounds like some kind of sandwich from a deli.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm going to go to any of the local provisioners, and I'm going to get the supplies that we need for a couple of days' journey to where we're going, because I'm assuming it's going to take at least 3 or 4 days.
hmm Well,
So I'll
they
stock up on some basic foods and things like that.
The sun is breaking as you head into the town. I got the image of Orkholm here. Now, it's not as neat and tight as, say, Cork was, but now with the sun flowing over it here, and you can see quite clearly because you guys arrived right at the end of the day before. It is orc construction, but it's much better quality orc construction compared to what you've heard before. And one of the things you do notice is there is a lot of Njord influence with the orcs here. And another thing you notice, which you don't really know, but you probably had assumptions in your head because orcs, right? Everyone is up and moving. This town is alive. People are, fishmongers or, well, not fishmongers, but the fishermen are already down at the coast and pushing out into the ocean. There's bakers. There's everyone's working. This is a buzz of activity. They have risen with the light, and this town is coming alive here early in the morning, even after the really large party they had due to the visiting halfling bard. There was quite a row went on last night, and a good one in that way actually. But you are a little bit impressed, Bob, that or Eridal, that these orcs are very efficient.
Yeah, that's not something I would expect. But yeah, I'll see about getting like some dried meats and whatnot for the journey there. Um, I don't suppose that there's a is there a shop that I can go to see if maybe I can get like a healer's kit?
You could go try to seek out the shaman, but you because you know there must be an orc shaman, but because you are a learned person, so you know about the basics of the basic races, but you don't have any clue where that person might be.
Okay.
You would have to seek him
I'll
out.
ask. Yeah, I'll ask around. Excuse me. Do you could you put me in the direction of the local shaman, please?
Shaman. I wouldn't bother with him, but he points, and way, way, way up top, where he's pointing on the top of the nearby mountain, I guess you could call it. It's more of a big hill. You see a hut that has many, many, many colorful flags. I mean, it's almost like a rainbow festa.
Okay. I'll go ahead and head in that direction.
All right. And do tell, Slick, how is Laz doing this morning?
She's fine. She's making the rounds of the village
Hmm.
and talking to people. Just getting the lay of the land.
I see. Well, as you go around and have these conversations, like I had mentioned to Eridal, that the people are very busy. It's what you expect to see in a small town or village. Everyone getting ready for their day, and but you, or once again, aren't from here. And orcs being so organized is an odd idea to you, let alone to see it happen in action. Now, of course, Baran, Zach's character, he's not surprised. Orcs are like this here. So he's used to it, but you're certainly not. For you outsiders, this is a weird thing here. This is a very weird place. And the halfling is tying himself together. The monk is watching in very absorbed interest into what exactly the halfling was talking about with a 5.5 way, and he's seeking out information on what that might be because it sounds delicious.
I think the overall, I found out a little bit from just the scent that it probably doesn't taste as pleasing as it sounds. So I may, I may go and down to try and group everyone together so we can skedaddle.
Okay. Well, it seems that Laz was up actually before the rest of you because she's already about town, so you'd have to go find her. The halfling is in easy reach. The only person we have yet to hear from is Baran.
I'm currently getting yelled at by Lacey
Mhm.
for asking her what the 5.5 way means.
Oh, I see. You're being slapped once and twice,
Yep. Yes.
right?
So
Um, Now, Lacey, you notice is she's woke up in the morning and she's been kind of just going through her little book, her little spell book, and she's practicing or setting up her day. That's mainly what she's doing. She's focusing on choosing her spells for the day. Mechanically anyway. Now, Bob, you're heading up here, and it's going to take you probably a good 30, 40 minutes to get up that hill, but you trudge along. And as you come up to the top of the hill, you come across a kind of a level area, and you can see this shaman hut ahead. It is a hut. It's far less sophisticated than the Njord or the pseudo Njord architecture you see below. This is more what you expect or have studied to see of an orc. With this hut, there are lots of colorful banners that are tattered by being pulled in the wind. And as you approach, there is an archway made of various animal bones that stands about 8 foot tall and is about 6 feet wide. And there's a kind of a ramshackle fence around it as well. Now you do see the shaman. It is a male shaman, and the shaman has his body painted to such a point that you're not even sure what his original color is. Of course, the orcs here in town are pretty typical of orcs. You have some who carry more of a tannish white type of color. But you have others that have a kind of a greenish tone, and there's even bluish tone ones. But of course, orcs are multicolored people here in the Forgotten Realms, or at least mine are. And But this guy is so painted, you have no clue, and he's dancing about, and occasionally he will grab his genitalia and thrust them toward the sky, screaming some kind of incantation.
What language is he? Is it Infernal, Sylvan?
Well, do you speak Orcish?
I do not.
Well, it sounds Orcish too.
Probably. I was just gonna say I didn't know if maybe he was doing something other than Orcish, but okay. I'll stop at the archway and I'll just kind of wait for a moment to see if he notices me.
He goes on for a little bit, and you notice that he does look over you a couple times, but he keeps doing his thing, and eventually he does finish. And he turns to you, and with a very kind of hunched over position, and he takes his staff, which has many feathers and bones and various things on top of it, and he shakes it at you. He thunders it in the ground. And he says, "You may enter."
Thank you. And I'll. Is there? He said there's like a gate there.
You just went through it. Yeah, it's just an arch.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's just an arch. Okay. I was gonna say I don't want to break any of these things. I'll step there. I didn't want to interrupt you in your ritual there. Um, we're local travelers. We're just passing through, and I'm told that you are the town shaman. I figured more than likely you would be the one that I would go to for something like this. Looking to purchase a healer's kit.
A kit for healing. Well, I could put something together for you, I suppose. Do you have coin?
Oh, of course. I wouldn't expect you to do this for free.
Well, the
And
gods don't pay,
I
you
do
know.
appreciate it. No, no. We are their servants. They do not serve us.
Well, he goes about, preparing some healing kit for you. How many did you want?
Just one.
Okay. I think that, what is that, like 2 gold in the player's book?
It's 5.
So he's going to charge you 7. And you're seeing this healer kit being put together, and of course you know what one should look like. And being a cleric yourself and having some training in such things, you know that everything he puts together will work, but it won't be a fun experience. He uses lots of slime and caterpillar guts and various things like that to prepare his bandages and various things. But it takes him, I'd say 20-30 minutes to get that done. And you make your sale. He makes his sale, and you make your purchase. So we got about an hour that Bob is nowhere to be seen. Of course, maybe Laz, who is out walking about the town, you might have seen Bob walking up the crest of a hill, heading up to a very, very colorful hut sitting on top of the hill. So in that intervening time, Laz, what would you like to do? Laz.
Well, I'd like to get something to eat, and maybe I don't know.
Well,
Get some information. Give some information about from some people. Just go around, talk to people, see what happens.
You do see, as you're walking around, it's a pretty small place, right? I mean, it has a palisades and such, which is far more stout than the rest of the town, really, as it should be, I guess. But as you're moving down toward the port, you see a lot of the fishermen are kind of already getting in their boats and starting to put, nets, and they're getting out into the water for the day. But you do see kind of an eatery down at the port, and there's still a lot of people in there. And you can smell fresh baked bread. Has a wonderful scent, and they seem to be eating bowls of oatmeal with the bread, but and they have some kind of drink they're having with it as well. But they seem to be very happily enjoying this oatmeal. It seems quite popular.
I'll go sit and have some of that, and maybe converse with the local establishment, see what they have to say.
All right. Well, when you sit down, they bring out the only thing they offer, which is the oatmeal, some apple cider, and a nice loaf of bread. Now, as this is laid down in front of you, you can smell the oatmeal, and instantly you know that it is honeyed oatmeal. And it's quite delicious, actually. It's very well done. So, what conversation would you like to have with who? There's people sitting all around you. This seems to be the breakfast spot.
I'd like to know if there's been any strange occurrences, and anybody that they've seen lately that might be of note.
Nope. They had a writer come in a couple of weeks ago, which I had already explained the night before. But not really. Everyone's been on edge. Your various conversations you have, everyone's been on edge, worrying about what these werewolves are going to do. Of course, the information about Cork had come in through another traveler, but it's not an odd person, it's someone they know, a merchant. But of course, I explained that last week's campaign. And yeah, not really. Life is pretty simple here. They go fishing, and the rest of the people work in the mine, and that's about it. But
Can
they are worried about the werewolves. That is true.
I'd like to make a query about how they know so much about organization and engineering and that sort of thing. Just general stuff like that.
Well, that information is they're very happy to share with that. And it seems that uh, the the Nord have been visiting these islands for quite a while. A lot of people think that the Nord came more within the past 4 or 5 decades, and of course things built up to a point where they and the folk had gone to war before the end of the spell plague. But it seems the Nord have actually been visiting these islands for centuries, and they attribute all their knowledge and understanding to their Nord cousins, who are very, very gracious to teach them how to be better.
Nice. Um, I would like to also know where I could find um, like some more silver.
Well, you're at a mine, you know.
Okay, would they be willing to part with some?
Yeah, you can buy it.
Smelted.
Yeah, sure. No, of course, you can buy silver here. It's just you have to buy it. And then if you want to
Okay.
have something shaped, you'd have to talk to the blacksmith. But do keep in mind that's going to take time, right?
Okay. Well, we'll do another time.
Okay. All right. So who is trying to chime in there?
Oh, I was just gonna say these friggin' orcs are balling, man.
They are doing well. You know.
I was going to just get some, fill up a jug full of ale for the trip.
Okay. Well, ale. They mainly have mead here.
Well, mead is fine. Anything alcoholic.
Okay.
I would also like to buy some dried fish just for the trip. So, how much
That's
would that
easy
cost?
enough. Just take the prices out of the player's handgun and just pay for it appropriately. Their prices are standard here. They pretty much, except for the shaman. He's
All
very
right.
important and valuable. So. But all right. So you guys do all your little things. You make your little purchases that you need, and everyone eventually gravitates down toward the breakfast spot. And you see Laz down there when Bob included. But by the time you get down there, Laz is probably finished by now. But it smells wonderful in this place. The bread is just heavenly, and the oatmeal is great, and the apple cider is good as well. So you guys will find yourself all together, and your packs are full, and now you must make a decision on how you would like to move forward. Now I will bring up the map of Moray, and we can make some decisions here. Now, as you see here, you guys are sitting right at the base of the Orkskill Mountains down here, along the what is this called? The Shermarith River. You're sitting on the westerly side of it. Oh no, you didn't cross it. You're on the easterly side of it. I apologize, but there is a bridge, very nice little bridge going right across it, just outside the Palisades. And of course, you're right next to this little green forest you see down here above High Peak. I apologize. That's where you guys are. You're right in the crook of the river there, right next to the green of that forest. Now, of course, directly northwest is Farview, and you can see it very, very well here.
Now that area in between where the two, like the Breezel Marsh and that forest, what kind of terrain is that?
It is kind of a mix of like a plain with some light sparse woods and a moor. There's quite a bit of more in that area.
Okay, is that So is that standard travel, or is it treacherous? Or
It's standard-ish. It's nowhere near as bad as the marsh. Goodness gracious. Yeah.
okay.
That's a peat bog,
Um,
is what that is.
Well, I think I turned everybody. We have a map, right?
Of course.
Okay, I lay the map out. And said, well, if you ask me, I think we should just cross this river and just go straight up towards Fairview as quickly as possible.
Works for me.
Any thoughts?
Are we going to take mounts?
Well, of course, I'm not leaving Billie Jean behind.
Billie
We've got
Jean.
Mm.
That's
yeah,
my
they've Jeez, God, I hate you already.
There's no reason why you
we
can't.
have
There's no reason you guys can't take your mounts.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
we still have the horses and everything that we had when we came down here. I did procure, some basic things that we're going to need. The question is, what are we going to do when we get there? What's our plan? We want to draw this. We want to draw this wizard out to just remove their ability to move about the island at will. At least that's what my thinking is. What as far as how we're going to do that, I'm not sure how. I mean, we need to locate him.
I was just going to say, didn't the old wizard have mention something about the device? Possibly. Because I don't believe that many magic users can teleport that many people, unless there's a lot of them.
Well, he's. It's very possible that he's using a device, or he is a magic user of great power. But we have a much better chance against him than we do against trying to take out all these monsters. The problem is how exactly we're going to do this, and then there's also the matter of this. And I put down the item that he gave me, I believe
It's
Hall
a talisman of Millar. Yeah.
Talisman of Millar. Yeah.
Lacey has her second bowl of oatmeal, by the way.
So it would be good to know.
This. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It would be good to know what our foe is like. Is he just a magic user, or is he a wizard? Is he a necromancer, or is he a werewolf wizard?
It could be all or none of those. I don't know, but we have the ability to have an audience with their god. The problem is we don't know what will happen after that audience. He might just straight up kill us.
I don't think we need to take that risk at the moment.
Do we have a strategy?
We're working it out.
That's what I'm talking. That's what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
We need to figure something out.
Things like we could misdirect.
A distraction is one of my specialties.
Okay, and exactly how do you plan on that?
We need to draw away their attention to the opposite while we make our way in, or something similar. Otherwise, we're not going to go up and knock on the front gate.
Just let me use my magic on them. It'll work.
The first thing we need to do is we need to locate him. Exactly where he is. We know he's in Fairview, but we don't know exactly where he is in Fairview.
Well, do we know anyone that might know? Or is there a way that we can ascertain that through magic or through other people at another location?
The Magus could have helped us.
The Magus helped us, I believe, as much as he could, or as much as he was willing to.
Yeah, I do have some questions about that whole thing. Like, they're a bunch of powerful magic users. And this creature, whoever it is controlling this army, is also a magic user. And you think about it, they probably could have just teleported us wherever we needed to go. Why do we have to take such a long trip and waste all that time?
I don't believe that that's quite how it works. And the fact is, that it may be that he is using a device. It may be something that's beyond their power or just takes too much resources. Regardless of the fact, we getting to Fairview is easy, relatively speaking. What we're going to do when we get there, that's what we need to figure out.
Do the orcs know of a secret way into Fairview, possibly? And if so, would there be one willing to guide us there?
We can ask. I don't know that that's. I mean, it's possible, I guess. I'm gonna look around. Do I see the chieftain, the guy who runs the mine?
No, but you do see his lieutenant sitting there, having a laugh and a chat over some oatmeal.
Give me a moment. I'll go ask. I'll get up and I'll approach him. Excuse me. Do you have a moment?
Yeah, sure. What can I do for you? Good morning to you.
To you as well. Thank you, and we appreciate the hospitality at the beginning of us. It's as I said, it's greatly appreciated. A quick question. The town of Fairview. Do you know of anybody who's been there who knows the layout?
We usually don't cross the river.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I come
You
up
know
to
of any? You know,
and I ask the question, do you know of anyone other than anyone in the village who would know how to give us assistance?
Oh, you came with him.
I came with him.
Okay. Anyway, all right. He says, "Yeah, we don't really have any interaction with Fireview."
All right then.
Nah, I didn't believe so. I
They're
appreciate it, though.
miners,
Thank
dude.
you.
They're miners.
Yeah, right. That's what I thought.
They're not the big leagues.
Yeah, I'll leave you to your breakfast. Thank you.
All right.
And we'll go back. So
if we
I
do it,
think
if we
go
have
ahead.
plan of distraction, maybe Laz could set a forest on fire outside of their camp, something of that nature, or
Right.
even send a bait to lure them out, or
Well,
Corny
the-
Top here has volunteered to be a great distraction. I believe he's so talented he can do anything.
Here's the problem. We're not talking about a handful, like as a small camp of them, or this is an entire town. They're not all going to go rushing out, even if we set the entire forest on fire. They're not all going to go rushing out, and more than likely, he's not going to. He's not going to go rushing out to see what's going on either.
So we should sneak in first and get a lay of their encampment.
That's what I'm thinking. We basically, the original plan that we had the first time, I think that's what we need to do. Only we need to make it very clear: no shooting anything, no blowing anything up. Reconnaissance only. Avoid contact as much as humanly possible. See if we can get some idea of where this person is. Maybe they're in a house or a building by themselves, or with maybe one or two people that we could dispatch. Some way we can isolate this person.
Oh, could we blow up just a little bit?
No.
Can the scout and the bard, can they go and do a reconnaissance?
No.
They do have the ability to move around unseen.
You do realize you're half a day away from this place, right?
Well,
Yeah.
let's get on the road.
Yeah, we could be doing this discussion while we're on our way there.
Oh, I know. I just thought we were just finishing eating and then leaving.
Just a sidebar. I was short on skills. I didn't realize I was reading the handbook. So I do have the ability for stealth as well now. So
Okay.
Nice.
that was in the monk.
But Laz, you actually have the ability to change your appearance.
Yes, that
That
worked
makes
out so
you.
well last time too.
Well, it worked out, and it was working fine until she decided to blow something up.
I promise
mean,
I
that was
won't light anything on fire but
that
your
was
beard.
yes, it's
Okay, she
we
promises.
need yes, we need eyes
Quit,
inside. We need
quit your worrying. I will keep myself under control.
understood,
Don't fret,
appreciated
brother.
as
We
well.
promise. She'll be fine. Let us be. So we're off, right? We're on the road.
I
Are you
say
guys
so.
okay? Okay.
All
So you
right,
guys,
we'll finish up and we'll get on the road. Yeah.
all right. So you guys are heading out of the Palisades of Orkholm, and you get a couple people waving goodbye, quite friendly orcs. And as you head to the west, of course, you cross the well-made, well-kept bridge. And as you get on the other side, you travel for, I could say a good 30, 40 minutes. And the actual, dirt path that was on the other side of the bridge is kind of peters out into nothingness. Now, as you guys are heading through the morning here, it's a bit slow going because there's certain patches of there's a kind of a moor really that you're heading into. It has solid pieces of ground and then less solid, and you have to be very careful about the horse's footing because they could go into a hole or here or there, and of course break a leg, and you don't want that. So the going is quite slow. Now, as you guys are heading along, I'd say you're a good 2 hours into your morning travel. Bjorn, could you please give me a perception check?
Brian.
Braun?
Yeah, okay. Oh no!
Natural
Got one. Yep.
Oh God.
Okay.
It's just starting off great.
We're the worst.
So
oh crap.
you travel throughout the morning, and you have the larger forest that was on the left-hand side of you guys as you're traveling is starting to fade into the background, and it's about noon. It's a good time to take a stop and have a little bit of a lunch and a break. So you guys get off of your horses, you set up a quick little fire, and you or not, that's up to you. But you guys go to have a little bit of rest and a little bit of bite of food, and of course you can continue your conversations. So go ahead and do that.
Okay. I don't know if it matters, Chester, but I do have keen sense, so I have proficiency in the bonus proficiency in the perception skill. So
You do. Oh, okay. Well then, give
yeah.
me a roll.
Okay. I just wanted to, okay. 1 second here. Yeah.
That was my other new skill, Chester, incidentally. So,
Well, it's not a 1. It's,
I also
um.
Okay, so you
I
failed.
have.
Yeah,
I
go
also
ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
proficiency.
Halfling. What do you have?
It's a
I rolled
9.
10.
I can't hear you, dude. You got to speak more clearly.
10. I rolled a 10. I have a oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. I can do
Perception.
Yeah.
Not that you can. The reason why I let Bob roll is because he has keen sense. Just because you have
Oh.
perception doesn't mean anything.
okay.
Oh, even if I'm proficient in it?
No.
Okay. Never mind then.
What about you? What about you, Bill? Do you have keen sense as well?
No, I don't know what that is. But
Okay.
it sounds.
Yeah. No.
It's a racial trait.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
So you guys are having your lunch, and any further conversations about that?
I would say that just hardening up our plans. All right, so
well, as we get closer, Baran
Mhm.
and I can flank the party, so we don't get surprised.
Mhm.
But if the terrain allows,
Well, obviously, you guys are making a proper camp. I just assumed that. But as you guys are eating and making your discussions, everybody but Baran, give me a perception check, please, because Baran is way too fixated upon the lovely, may I say, most lovely Lacey's derriere.
Woo! That's 20, baby.
I rolled a 5.
My first one. Oh my god.
I rolled a 5 too, so that's
8.
Okay.
18.
Now, this particular thing to notice is actually very hard to notice. Now, Bob obviously notices it. And let me roll for Lacey. No. Does anybody have over a 16? Or let me see, over a 15, therefore a 16. Anybody? I know Bob does.
No.
Halfling?
No, I only got a 5.
Okay.
I have an 8.
All right. And Lacey had a 3. So maybe Lacey is fixated on the Baran's something. So, Bob, you're
Oh
alone
boy.
in this action. Now, Bob, you've had a weird feeling all morning as you guys are moving along, and maybe your senses are a little heightened because of that. But you notice that movement to the left of you in the small grove of trees. It's not a forest; it's a grove. But you guys kind of camped there under a tree. It's get out of the sun a little bit. Makes sense, right? And you see something skittering about, and it launches itself from the shadows of the trees and comes at you. And of course, what you see is this.
Oh crap.
Okay. Now, as it comes at you, you, of course, get a surprise round. Basically, do me a favor, everybody, and go ahead and make your initiative rolls. Once again, I know the new 5th edition calls for a d20, but I do not like that. So we're going to stick with our d10, please, and just add your dexterity, of course, and I don't think anybody has any of those feats yet, but if you do have an initiative bonus, then add it, of course. So go ahead.
9.
Okay.
5.
10.
5.
13.
Damn.
Yeah, finally rolled good.
All right. Let me roll for this creature here, and let me roll for the. Damn it! All right, fine.
New version of it. Nasty. I haven't seen that version of the Ettercap yet.
This is not an official one, but I liked it better, so I went with it. Okay. So now, of course, everybody's roll. I rolled literally a 3. Does anybody have a less than a 3 or a 3? Anybody?
Nope.
No. All right. Of course, this is a surprise round. The only person can act is Bob and myself. So, Bob, you have this creature coming out of the woods at you. It looks hungry. So, what's your action, sir?
I will cast Hold Person.
Ooh, right out of the
He
bat,
needs
huh?
to make a wisdom. Yep, he needs to make a wisdom saving throw. 14.
Wisdom of 14. All right.
Yep.
Wait, before you tell me what he does. Oh no, wait. I'm sorry. It's a surprise round. Never mind.
It is a surprise
I-
round. And
I can't do
he
anything. I don't know
he makes his save, Bob. So, what does that do?
It does nothing.
I see. All right. Now I'm assuming as this is outside of combat here, but I'm assuming as your cleric gets stronger, that whole person becomes more potent, or is 5th edition not added this aspect?
It does. It's just right now it's only a 2nd level spell. So
I see. Yeah, because 14 is not a bad save actually. It's pretty good, but
no.
hopefully that'll get better because that's a powerful spell. Anyway, so you do that. Now the creature is coming out, and let me just kind of roll here. And just by the way you guys are sitting up, and based upon my roll, the person who is closest to this creature is actually Baran, who is completely unaware, and he really thinks that Lacey has the most beautiful apple bottom he's ever seen.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Um,
So this creature comes up, makes
what?
an attack on you. All right. So I will give it to you, Baran. Is the bite white or is the bite black?
Oh crap. Let's go. Oh crap. White.
Don't be racist, man.
Come on now, make your decision.
White.
All right.
Uh,
All right. Well,
You racist bastard.
yeah. What is your armor class?
13.
All right. So let's see here with the bite. That is a 15, and the claw way hit you. So let's do the claw first because that's the easier one, actually. Lovely. So this creature comes up and it. Let me see here with the claw. Creature comes up and it just jumps on top of you and just slashes at you with its claw, and you take yourself 6 points of damage from this slashing claw attack as it comes down. It's just looming over you. This creature. It's there's drool coming off its mouth, and it looks very very hungry. Its chittering sound is terrifying, and you have yourself 6 points of damage. Now, the bite attack is a little different. It has a straight up damage, but it also has something else. So let me deal with this here. All right, so
Oh,
you
man.
Why do you do
take
this to me, Chester?
you take another 7 points of damage as the thing comes down and bites at your head, misses your head, however, and hits your shoulder. So that's a nice thing. Now this is piercing damage, but it doesn't matter. Now you need to give me a Constitution roll, please.
Oh gosh.
You can do this. You can do this. You're the boss. You're the boss. You're the boss.
Okay. Constitute. Okay. This and that. Okay. 13.
13. All right. So you luckily for you, the poison Ettercap is pretty mild, so it doesn't actually have any effect on you. So other than that huge amount of damage you just took, which now just give me a quick understanding. Did I cut you in half in as far as hit points go?
Pretty much. Yeah.
No, I need to know pretty much or not. Did I
Oh,
literally
you
cut
did.
you?
You did. Yeah. Like I was at 21.
All right. Okay. Fine.
And that's so.
So give me another Constitution roll, please.
Crap.
Oh
No. Oh no. 10.
Jesus.
Okay. So basically, what happens for the rest of this combat, you are fatigued, which fatigue means you are at disadvantage for everything you do. Okay, so it means you have to
Great.
roll 2 dice already. I know I'm on the bottom, which probably means this thing's not going to last. But who had the highest initiative roll?
I think I did.
All right. So
It was a 12, right?
I had a 9 plus I had 13 was my total.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're first.
All right. So now, Bill, your character's name, I forget. What is it again?
Phelan. Not
Phelan.
that
Yeah, I
hard.
thought it was like Fiona or something like that. Phelan. All right.
I
So
like Phelan.
now, being a monk, you're kind of always in a prepared stance anyway. It's just kind of your training. So you're actually quite able and quick in this combat. This thing is very near to you. Of course, it's by this little teeny fire you guys have built. And go ahead and take your swings, sir.
Okay, so I'm gonna use a flurry of blows and then a bonus attack. So I'm gonna do actually burn 2 key points and do 4 attacks.
Mhm.
If I with the bow staff, so do 4d20 and roll that. Would that be the best way to?
This is like a once per short rest type of thing.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can.
I
I
get
have.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I have
Yep, that's 4d20. That sounds fine.
Okay, and I hit clear. Okay, I'll try that again. Here we go. So I had a 5.
Mhm.
With my bonus would make that 9.
Mhm.
And a 17 with the bonus would make it 22. A 9
Just
with the bonus would make it 13. And then I rolled a 19 also. So
okay. Is any and the lowest roll you had was a 13, right?
lowest total was a 9.
Okay. So you hit 3 times.
3 times. Okay.
Mhm.
Yep.
It's a D6 every time.
Well, this is 2 hands. It's would be the D8.
Okay.
So 3 D8, and then throw that. So I rolled 20 points there.
And you got to add your strength 3 times.
Okay, so 26.
26.
Or no, I use my dex. I'm sorry. So that's right for all my attacks. So it's actually a bonus of 12.
So go ahead and give me a total, please.
32, sir. Thank you.
All right. Well,
Wow.
the monk just lays into this thing, and this creature seems that it's already into the back foot, and it's retreating. But of course, its action isn't yet. So who's next?
Someone that got a 10, I believe.
That's me.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
do
you.
magic. I'll do a magic missile.
Oh, magic missile. Go ahead.
It's okay.
Pew pew.
I was thinking the damage.
11.
You don't have to roll. Oh, that's your damage total. I'm sorry.
No, I just rolled a 20.
You don't have to roll for magic missile. It automatically hits. All you have to do
Oh,
is
okay.
do your damage. Yeah.
Okay, so do it. Okay, 11, or is that it?
I don't know. You have to roll a certain amount of foresighters.
Oh, force. I apologize.
I think it's a D6 now.
Is it a D6? What does he have to roll for his magic missile, dude?
Hang on a minute.
They
3.
made magic missile a D6? Goodness gracious.
It was always a 4, wasn't it? +1 or something.
Yeah. Just do me a favor, Slick. If you could write on your character sheet next to the spell exactly what you have to roll for damage, okay?
All right.
So we don't have to, we don't have to keep looking it up. Yeah.
All right. So is it
And,
how many?
Slick is Slick, you're a sorcerer, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, sorcerer.
Okay.
Apologies.
Magic missile.
Yeah. Just so you don't need. Doesn't matter if it's sorcerer or not. Just check out magic missile. Because for me, it would be like 44 is what it would be. But it sounds like they've changed it.
Well, if it'll come up.
And that's in the player's guide, right? Okay. See if I can. Oh.
Yeah, I'll look it up in the guide. I was trying to use my fancy program, but it's being temperamental.
Yeah, just magic missile and then the player's guide, please.
Yep, I got it. Oh, damn it.
Wow.
Magic missile. It is still 1d4. I was wrong.
Okay, it's a 1d4. How many though, please?
At
4th level.
it depends. Did you want to pet? Well, it's did you want to cast
No,
it
he
as a
didn't
first or
say
second
that.
level
He
spell?
didn't say that. Just give me straight damage, please.
Oh, it's 3.
Okay, so it's 1d4 plus 1 then.
All right, go ahead and roll.
But you get 3 glowing darts.
3.
Okay, you need to roll that 3 times, right?
Yep.
1. 1.
So give me
So
a
what's the
total.
Plus 1d.
That would be 6.
I think that would be a
Okay,
7.
plus
7.
plus it's 6
7?
plus 3 because it's 1d4 plus 1.
He was.
Yeah, I wrote a 3 and 2 1s plus 1. 6.
Okay.
Okay, so all
3 and
right.
2 1s, that's 5. Wait, hang on. 3 and 2 1s.
I got it. I already got it.
Yeah,
But definitely
5,
write that down,
it's actually
guys.
8.
Write down all your spells and what they do and their ranges and damage, please, so we don't have to keep flipping through books,
All
please.
right.
We don't have so many spells and stuff, so make sure you do that, okay? But anyway, this creature is still in its retreat mode. You could see it wants to escape because it's nearly dead. So who's next?
I am.
All right, go ahead.
I will cast Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Okay. And where's my you need to the target needs to make a dex save of 14.
Okay. He fails. No, he just succeeds.
Okay, then nothing happens.
So nothing at all. All right. Who's
Nope.
next?
Nope. It's a miss. I'm not doing good on the damage today.
I got 5. Did anyone get else who hasn't went go higher than 5?
Lacey
I
has
have
a 5.
Okay.
And Boran has a 5.
All right. So go ahead, Halfling.
Okay. How
Corny
far
tip.
away is this thing? Yeah. How far away is this thing from me?
This thing is on the other side of the fire from you, so it's almost, well, if you were human, it would be in reach, but you're not. You're a halfling, so short arms.
And you would say that so there are already people in melee engaged with it.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Okay, then I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
You whisper it just so basically the target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage.
Okay.
And
It makes it.
Oh,
Okay.
I actually rolled a 21 on that one.
Oh dang.
No, not a
Okay,
21, a 19. Sorry.
On a fail, or if it succeeds, it takes half the damage.
All right,
I'm
so
gonna roll 36.
sounds good.
go
So
ahead
this is
and roll
like
it.
some kind of psychic attack. Now hold on a second. Just let him finish.
I'm sorry.
Oh wait, I think I have to roll the hit. I haven't even done that yet, so I'm gonna do that real quick.
Oh yeah, please.
It's not gonna matter. Yeah, it's not gonna matter if I miss. Oh, I'm pretty positive I hit. That's let me add my thing to that, and that is
You only need a 13.
20.
So.
Yeah, I got a 21, so I
Yep,
definitely
no
hit.
problem. Okay, so
Okay,
do your
cool.
damage.
All right. So it would be 7, so half that. So I think it's
Okay.
is it rounded up or rounded down?
It doesn't matter. He had 3 hit points left. The creature drops to the ground, writhing and twisting, and dying. Now, Lacey, let me give her a roll real quick. Give me your perception roll real quick. God, Lacey can't keep her eyes off of Braun. Braun, give me a intuition roll, please.
Oh crap.
Perception, sorry.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me! No.
What'd you roll?
Is another one.
A 1.
Oh my god!
Wow.
If you have
Going
other
on?
dice, switch them.
Not only does Lacey, let me just make sure I have this up here, right? So it needs to be, it's important. Not only does Lacey have the most apple bottom, but she has the most perfect apple breasts. It's just,
Woo!
we cannot,
Whole basket of apples.
there could not be possibly a more perfect woman in the whole world. So you and she as well, because she rolled a 3 again, are completely out of it. And now it's my turn. And this creature is writhing on the ground, but you also see coming out of the forest on my turn, rushing actually toward you, taking a full round to get here, by the way, 5 more.
Yeah.
Oh no! Hell no! Okay. It's enough playing around.
All right. It's
How
back
many
to the
rounds do
top.
we have
It's back to
here?
the top, which I do believe is Bill. Now they're right
Oh
on
my
top of you,
God.
though. They take the whole round to get to you, and so you are literally have 5 of them charging in at you. So when it comes to my turn, there's going to be some heavy momentum coming in against you guys. So you have this round to reduce the overall effect, I'd say. Go ahead.
Jump on my horse and run away. No. What? Now with can I reach more than one? Can I attack more than one with the?
No,
With the
you
bow
can't in this situation. And remember, you already used your Fury of Blows, right?
Right. That was one point. I have 2 more points
Oh,
to
you
burn.
do. Okay,
So,
good.
yeah.
So do keep in mind, because I've noticed you guys throwing a lot of heavy spells at that little Ettercap. You don't want, this is a lesson to learn. Do not burn yourself out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this foe could have been dealt with just no magic at all. You could have just whacked on it.
Yeah.
It's not that powerful. But anyway, we'll see what happens. So go ahead and do your thing there, Bill.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it again.
All right. So
and
you
burn
go up
another.
and engage one, and you got to take your staff at it, and you're flurrying your blows at it. So go ahead and make your 4
I'm
rolls.
blurring my blows. Okay. Okay. So I got, and actually, I have a bonus. We still have a +1 to attack because this is still it still has its special silver sheath. Does that affect the letter caps, or is that
No, of course not. Yeah.
didn't think
But
so,
it is,
right?
I do believe it was a masterwork weapon is the reason why I had the +1, right?
Okay. Yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
All
So
right.
that works on everything. It doesn't do any bonus to damage, but it does make it easier to hit. It's quite the. I think no, you didn't have that, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all
No.
have. Yeah.
Before we left,
I don't think so. I
You said,
think.
you said they were the equivalent of being a +1 weapon.
Did I?
Well,
All right, rock on. Go ahead.
yeah, because I had that +1 in there for in parentheses.
Yeah.
Like, what did? Oh yeah, for like 6 weeks ago we put that on there.
It's not magical. It's just that it's made really well. So I assume that was masterwork.
Okay.
So I have a 22, an 11, a 14, and a 15.
Okay. You hit 3 times just like before.
Okay. Okay, so 12. So I got a total of 20 points.
Okay. All right. So I do believe Bob is next, right? So you
Yeah.
lay in with your staff. You do. I don't know if there was as much damage you did before, but you certainly damaged one of the ones that's running up. This one seems to be a slightly smaller than the others. You don't know what that means, but it could be a gender thing. Go ahead, Bob.
I'm going to. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Hmm.
So a spectral mace appears above me, floating above me.
Now, is that an action or a free action?
That's it's a bonus action.
Okay.
Um,
You're not
So-
moving, so you're fine.
right. And it immediately hits the same creature that Bill was attacking.
Okay.
Okay, so let me go ahead and roll that.
Now this has to roll the hit, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm throwing it right now. No. I've been infected. I rolled a 1.
Wow. You guys kind of suck. All right, so he takes his mace, he tries to cast it and put it on, but it goes way over. But while he's getting himself in position to hold the mighty spell of spiritual mace or spiritual weapon, he trips over a log in the fire and falls face first right in front of an approaching Ettercap.
Okay.
Son of a-
The weapon makes its own attack. I get my own attack.
It doesn't matter. You're still on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't get to
Well, I
roll a
wanna do
1.
that.
Yeah. Don't roll
Yeah,
ones.
okay.
Don't do that. So
All right.
who's next? I think Laz, right?
Yep.
I know Laz went before me. Was supposed to go before me.
Oh, what? Okay. Go ahead, Laz.
Firebolt.
Firebolt. Okay. So go ahead and you're going to make your attack, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 20, right? Am I not screwing that up now?
Nope, that's correct.
You're good.
12.
All right. That's your total. So you send off another one of your firebolts.
Do I put anything else with that?
You you might well be adding intelligence to it. Bob, what's the rule in 5th edition?
Yeah.
I use charisma as a sorcerer, so that
Or
would
well,
be,
charisma.
Yeah.
that would be
Add your
6.
spell attack to it.
Yeah, spell attack. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's what they're doing in 5th edition. Yeah, so you add your charisma, dude, and your proficiency bonus, which is +2. Your charisma, I do believe last time I looked at it was +3. Therefore, that is +5 added to all your attacks with magic.
All right, so that would be 17.
Okay. You hit most assuredly. So go ahead and do your damage. as Laz lets this fire bolt head off, and it strikes square in the chest of one of
18.
these charging ones. 18
Eight-
points of damage. Now, are you attacking one that has yet to be attacked, or the one that's already been attacked?
I would go with ones that are attacking.
No.
One that's already been
There's one. Bill has already done damage to one. Do you want to attack that one, or do you want to attack a fresh one? There are 5 of them.
Is that a one that's like over the top of him? Then I would hit that one.
Just make a decision. Either hit the one that Bill hit, or hit another one.
Hit the one that Bill hit. Let's
Okay.
kill it.
All
if we
right.
can.
That's probably a good focus fire, right? Focus fire. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Then go ahead. We come on down to the halfling, I do believe.
All right. Is there any? So, are there any that are directly engaged with anyone? Like,
They're all
one right over top
basically
of me.
engaged, and there's one right
well, I mean,
over
like within melee, engaged.
all of them.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take. I'm going to hit because I basically want to cause them one to run away. My one spell. Let me get it out here.
Mhm.
Is I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers again. And basically, I'm trying to provoke attacks of opportunity because if it fails, it has to run as far away as it can
Mhm.
from where it is.
Yeah, no, I understand
So-
that.
So I'm gonna roll to see whichever one is. We'll say whichever one looks strongest. I guess that's probably the best.
Okay, they all kind of look the same. Well, let's say the strongest is the one standing over the cleric.
Okay. Well, I only rolled a 9, so I
So
didn't hit.
once again, you miss. Now, what does the spell look like when it comes out of you? Are you playing an
So-
instrument? Are you singing? Is this actually a thing that has a somatic compound to it? Well, what's
Yeah,
the deal?
it's just verbal. It says you whisper a discordant melody that only one creature of your choice within range can hear.
Interesting.
Oh.
Okay. Well, your whisper goes past its non-existing ears. So there you go. Sweet. So then we'll come to Baran.
Do I get a turn? Okay.
Yes, of
am
course
I
you do.
Stop staring at your girl.
Oh gosh, I'm still at disadvantage too.
Yes, you are, because you're fatigued for the rest of this combat.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I guess okay. So everybody, they're here. They're attacking. Blah, blah, blah. Can I heal? Do I have a heal thing on? Do I? I don't. This was not smart of me. I guess I'm going to try and stumble and fight. But
All right.
I'm not gonna use my rapier. I'm gonna use my crossbow.
Okay. So you're going to drop the weapon and draw the crossbow as a free action. Now you have to. The
Mhm.
problem with crossbows are it's not like a bow. You have to load that, so you're giving your whole round over to re-weaponing. Just understand that. It's
Oh, okay.
probably not a good move, dude.
All
And
right,
you're gonna
then
do it slowly.
Yeah.
very slowly.
It's a crossbow. It's not a bow. So I would just
Just
attack with a
stab 'em.
rapier or run away.
Hit him with the pointy end.
Yeah, no, I'll attack with the rapier and hopefully
Okay.
not get a 1. So I need to, and I'm gonna attack the weakest one.
Well, that would be the one that's heavily damaged.
Yeah.
No whammies.
Oh, I remember that
Right.
show.
Yeah.
Man, we got some whammies going on today, man. We've rolled what, 5 1s?
Yeah. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, what's the roll on this one, dude? Come on.
It's an 8 to hit.
Well, you suck
Do
a
I hit?
lot. You really suck.
What?
Okay. All right. So you miss. Baran is useless. Now let's see if Lacey can be more useful. Now, Lacey is realizes the seriousness of the situation, and she's no longer going to be ogling her man. And the first thing she does is she whispers some arcanic little words out of her mouth. She puts forward her left hand. she lets off a spell, and that spell blasts into the one that was already been attacked by Bill and heavily damaged by Bill. She lets it off, and magic missiles fly out of her hand and rips off the right side of the head of this thing off, and it drops to the ground. In the same motion, she takes a step over the fire as she launches herself in the air, and she brings her longsword down, bringing the other hand back on after the spell. And she rolled a 1. She
Okay.
Oh my
so
god.
she falls
Oh,
down
man.
on top of the dead body of Bill. She completely misdirected herself. She falls down on top of it. She's completely prone, and matter of fact, she yells out with a scream. It seems she's got something of the pokey intercap has poked into her. Yeah, that
Oh,
was really useless. Oh my goodness! But at least I took.
Wow.
That's
you
too
never
bad.
liked her. You always wanted to kill her, Chester.
Well, I can't help it. What do you want? I was hoping she was going to be awesome and heroic.
That's all right. It was sounding pretty good to start with.
Well, I burned her 1 action surge as well on that. God. But
Oh,
anyway,
man.
it is the Ettercap's turn. There are 4 of them remaining. She did drop 1, so that's a good thing. The 4 Ettercaps come in,
Right.
and 1, of course, is going to attack Bob. So Bob, white or black?
I'm gonna go black.
All right, Bob, what is your
Uh,
armor class?
My armor class is 18.
18. Well, that's a nice armor class. And I got a 16, and the on the bite, and the claw completely whiffed. So this thing, you're right in front of it, got way overexcited with itself, and it tried to just take you out, and it literally whiffed on itself, which is quite impressive, especially seeing as I get bonuses to hit you. My goodness. Lacey. Goodness gracious. Lacey also does not get hit. How is that pot? These dice suck. I need new dice. New dice are coming in. All right. I have another one that is going to attack, that is charging over for the halfling.
I'm going to before you tell me what he rolls,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to spend a bardic inspiration as a reaction to give a creature within 60 feet a penalty to an attack roll, damage roll, or ability check. So
Okay.
I'm going to roll a d6, and I'm going to take 2 points off of whatever the attack roll is against
Okay.
me.
Orange or
For the-
white? Orange or white?
Orange or white?
Yes.
Um,
Which is the bite? I just need you to tell me which the bite is.
White.
White, okay. The bite completely misses you, but the claw comes pummeling down into you, and you take damage from this chittering and very, very excited Ettercap. Now, you guys don't necessarily know much about Ettercaps. I think Baran probably knows the best, most about them here. And what Baran does know is that these are very, very primitive wild Ettercaps. These are not the more civilized ones that you can run into, which is probably a good thing, actually. But you do get struck here by this claw as it comes down and it pummels into you, and you take 9 points of slashing damage. But the bite missed.
9.
9. But the bite did miss. And then my last attack is going to be on. See, I got Lacey. I will give Baran a break this round because it sucks to be him. So I will go for Bill. Black or white, dude?
Black.
All right. All right. The claw completely whisks over you, but I rolled a natural 20 on that. So natural 20 doubles damage. So this is going to suck a lot. And
Just a bite?
and it is the bite. Yeah. Goodness
Now,
gracious.
can I use a bonus action for patient defense and burn my last key to?
What is it? Sure. What does it do? Yeah.
Well, I can disengage or dash, and my jump distance would be doubled, so I can jump back out of the way of the bite.
I wonder if that would help you, though.
I think you have to activate that before at the end of your turn.
Can you do it as a reaction at any point, or is that specifically like an
Well, no, or
action?
if it says reaction, he can do it at any time. Of course, it's a reaction. But I'm
Okay.
not sure that would help you in this situation, though.
Okay.
I mean, because you're
Because you
still
can't take
hit.
a move action.
Yeah. Well, no.
It's
I don't mind the reaction thing. I just think you would dash away after getting hit, is what I'm saying.
oh, right. So okay, so it wouldn't be a real okay.
And the
The
disengage
dot.
would allow you to move away without, without getting an attack of opportunity, which is great. And you can do that, but you're still going to take the damage.
So I burned the key for no reason then.
You would, I would say. So
Okay.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe you shouldn't do that. I think that's more something that you use on your turn to move
Oh
into
no.
another.
Well, it's he's got a dodge for a bonus action, or there's a disengage as a bonus, or a dash as a bonus action.
I
There's two
see.
different.
Well, the
So there's
dodge would
patient.
give me minuses to hit, but I rolled a natural 20, so it wouldn't matter.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I think unfortunately that
Okay.
disengage is definitely something you use on your turn, though, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Just take it
Absolutely.
like a man.
Yeah. No, unfortunately. All right. So let me see here. Let me do my damage with the bite. Oh, this is gonna be painful. Okay, you take 14 points of damage.
Oof.
Okay.
All right. That is. That is.
No, it's not over, dude. It's not over.
No.
And also, you need to make a DC 11 Constitution. If you don't, you're going to take further poison damage.
So I have to roll higher than
An 11,
11.
yeah, or whatever your bonuses are. It's pretty easy roll. Go ahead.
Okay. I rolled over. I got a 12.
Sweet. All right. So the poison has no effect, but you do take that the rest of that damage. So what's your health looking like right now?
So I took the 14. Was all.
Yep.
Was that what was the? Okay. So that
Yep.
took you down to 14. So you hit me right in half.
So literally in half. Okay, so
Yeah.
you don't have to make a Constitution roll. Just keep in mind that I do use the optional rule, guys, which you saw happen to Braun. If you take more than half your damage in a single hit, which can happen at any time in 5th edition, by the way, it doesn't matter what level you are. If you take more than half your damage or half your health you have in damage, then you have to make a fatigue roll. Which Baron already did. All right, so that's my 4 attacks. Back to the top. And you guys are surrounded by and getting the absolutely shit kicked out of you. So Bob.
Well, I'm first.
No,
Bill.
Yeah, it's Bill's first.
Here's a newbie question. Now, does the proficiency bonus, does that go into your attack rolls? Do you add that with your regular
Of
other
course,
bonus?
always, yes.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah,
good.
that's
So,
what they're for. The proficiency bonus is added to everything you do.
Yep.
okay.
Yeah. Now, the only thing I really don't like about that in 5th edition actually is the fact that it's universal. Everyone gets +2, and then you get to a point where you have +3. I think it's ridiculous. It should be applied specifically to each class, and I think it should be split between combat and skill. I don't like it, and I
Yep.
really think I should probably home rule that. But it is what it is. We're going straight, so we're going straight. So go ahead, Bill.
Okay. So I'm just doing my extra attack, but that one, not the Fury of Blows, but just 2. And
Well,
I
yeah, because you're
rolled.
not running, you're not moving, so you can do that, of course, with your character. Yeah.
Yeah. So I rolled a 15. Yeah,
Mm,
because I'm doing +6 now.
Okay.
Yeah, 15. Okay.
So they both hit. So do your damage.
Okay. It's kind of hard to keep track of all the freaking bonuses at some point,
That's why you need to write
Yeah,
everything
monks
down
are.
on your paper right next to everything you do.
Yeah.
So your staff should have the pluses to hit and the damage right next to it, just like your spells and everything like that. So it's very, very easy. Some people think it's redundant. Oh, why do I got to keep writing it down? Well, that's why. This is why.
Yeah, because now I was actually a +7 to hit, but I hit with both. So, anyways, I'll
Yeah.
throw my damage here. 15 points plus, and the proficiency doesn't count for damage. It's just a hit.
Right. That's right.
Correct. Okay. Oh man, yeah, 23. Right.
Okay. Thank you. All right, so there's you've damaged one of them, and there's of course 4 left. So it comes down to now he of course lays into this thing and just spinning that staff around and whack whack, hitting on this thing. It screams "Arr, arr," whatever Ettercaps sound like. And Bob, Bob, you're desperate.
I don't know.
You're
It's
desperate,
Laz.
Bob. Huh?
It's Laz.
Laz is next.
Oh, Laz. God damn it. All right, go ahead, Laz. We're desperate, Laz. Help us, Laz.
Another firebolt.
To
Shoot 'em.
what? Please be specific.
What?
Who are you
Which
attacking?
one?
Whoever got hit the last.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. It depends on what you're doing in a spell, but if you're just laying on damage, it's better to focus fire usually. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh boy, 4.
Wow, wonderful.
Do
Once
you have
again,
any?
and a
Hit points
firebolt
left?
goes flying off into the forest. The Rangers are not going to be happy with you. All right, Bob.
Okay, I'm gonna use my move action to stand,
hmm
and then I will. The one that's in front of me is the one that's been getting hit, right?
No, it's not.
Okay.
If the halfling didn't suck,
I
maybe it
will.
would have, but the halfling sucks. So
We're all
Okay,
gonna
I'm
die.
gonna reach out since this one is right in front of me, and I'm just gonna slap it with my palm, and I'm going to use inflict wounds.
okay, yep. Now that's just a touch. So
Okay. Yep. And see here.
you need an 11
Pass
in this
that.
case now.
Yep. Where's my dice at? Come here. Don't screw me. Natural
That's what she
20.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Now make sure you mark these down
Boom.
because they're worth fate points and they're also
Yep.
worth experience, right? I think you had 2
Yeah.
today, so keep that
Yeah,
in mind.
finally.
All right. So
Okay.
you absolutely lay on hands. So you do your damage, please.
Okay. And that's going to be. Oh, wow. That's going to hurt this thing bad. Okay. Throw. Nice. Okay. Let's see. 9 plus 8 is 22 times 2, 44 points of damage.
44 points of damage. All right. So this was a completely undamaged one, and the cleric obviously seems quite upset with himself for being so foolish to actually fall straight in front of the enemy and make himself a meal. And he rises up with rage in his eyes, and he just lies on hand and calls out and invokes the name of Corlin and literally implodes this thing dead one shot. All right.
Yeah.
Take a bonus. Take a bonus of 50 experience times level.
Nice.
Oof, nice.
We needed that.
Yeah.
we
So
definitely
you can
Yeah.
just mark it as
Yeah.
you can mark that as another 20 if you'd like for later. It doesn't give you a fate point,
All
but
right.
it does give you the XP.
All right.
So just keep that in mind, guys. If you one-shot something or do something spectacular like that, I happily reward it because that was freaking beautiful, dude. By the way, they have 44 health.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's perfect.
That's awesome.
It is
so
awesome.
that actually counts. So you're saying that counts as an extra 20?
It does. As far as experience points, you don't
Okay.
get a fate point from it, but you do. It's just
Okay.
it's an in combat or in game XP bonus from the DM, right?
We got 300 XP
Awesome.
just on that roll. That
Oh
was
no,
awesome.
he's made a lot more than that today, dude. He's
Oh,
4th level.
I mean, on that one,
That's
on that
for
bonus roll.
800.
No, we're
1200.
3rd level.
Oh, 3rd level still. That's
Yeah.
over 1,000 experience he's
Yeah.
made already. So
Man, talk
he's
about
doing
money.
really well. All right, so that's down. Let's see. So we had Bill, Laz, and Bob. Halfling.
Okay.
Make a show of yourself, sir.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm starting to think that my dissonant whispers aren't really going to do very much, anyways. 'Cause,
Well, you must be
yeah.
near out of spells, dude.
I've got 2 more first levels, and I still haven't even touched my second levels.
Okay.
Because vicious mockery was yeah, that's
It's
a
a cantrip, isn't it?
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Okay.
I guess I'm gonna try doing.
Well, you got one
I'll
right in
do-
your face. Keep that in mind. For the beginning of the fight, you were at a range distance, but now you're in melee range.
Okay. Well, then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's
That's fine.
1d8.
And you can do that defensively, so there's no attack of opportunity. So go ahead.
Okay.
1d8 plus your bonus.
Yeah. So +5, I think. Let me see. Well, would it be my
It's your modifier.
Yeah, so okay, +5. Okay. 7 + 5. Okay, so that would be 12. So I am back to full health.
Awesome. Sweet.
And I'm going to, because I think like they only get one attack of opportunity, right? Or do they get attack of opportunity with all their attacks? I'm confused.
Oh, anyone who is in reach of you gets an attack of opportunity, and in this case, that would be 2 attack of opportunities. The third one that's still standing is too far away. But you would have 2 attack of opportunities if you try to move away without some ability negating that.
Okay, and I guess I'll, as a bonus action, I'll do another Bardic Inspiration. I'll give it to Lacey. So Lacey
Okay.
has a Bardic Inspiration, 1d6, I think it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So that brings up Baran. Baran, could you please do something, Baran? There is one right in front of you. The one in
Alright.
front of the cleric is literally pulped, so that's not an issue. Bill has one in front of him, which is damaged, and there's another one in front of the halfling, which is not damaged. The one in front of you and Lacey is undamaged, as well as the halflings, and the one in front of Bill is damaged. So, what are you doing?
I'm attacking the one in front of me. It's the one
All right.
closest to me.
All
I gotta
right.
protect my lady. Here we
Okay.
go. Pray for me.
Yeah. Way to join the team, man.
Okay.
Dude, if you said there's another one, I'm gonna
6.
reach through his
No,
computer and
just
slap
the
you.
thing. I just got a 6.
The 13 did hit, by the way.
Well,
And
no,
this.
it's the lowest one. Remember, I'm at disadvantage.
Oh, you are at a
So-
disadvantage. That's not a 6 though, dude. You're not adding your bonuses correctly. You get +2 just for your proficiency.
Oh yeah, I
and
forgot about
right.
So that's
And
okay.
then
So that's 8.
you guys have to write
No,
these
that's
things
8.
down, please. Write
It's 8.
everything
It's
down.
8.
Yes, but you need to write it
8.
down. So
Right.
that 8 puts you at a 13, which is exactly what you need to hit. So you did hit.
All right, cool. All right.
It's not good to frustrate the DM. There could be another 35 of them in the forest, you know.
Oh,
And
shoot.
for the damage, do I do since I'm do I do 2 of them too for the damage to figure that out, or is that just regular just to figure out damage?
No, the
no,
damage
no,
is just
no.
straight damage.
It's
You don't
straight,
get, there's no
yeah.
such thing as disadvantage damage.
No.
Okay,
there
cool,
isn't, yeah.
cool. All right. All right. Got
Wow.
set.
Wow.
Oh my god.
You're number
Wow.
one.
Why?
No, I'm going to give you a scar for the end of this game. You're getting scarred.
I do damage on myself.
What is your total? Give me your total. God.
The total
my
for it
God.
will be 8 if I put everything together.
Are you
It's
sure?
an 8. Yeah, 8 damage.
How?
Because it's the hit is +5.
That's
And-
that's to hit. That's not damage, dude.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Never mind.
You do 1 plus you do your dexterity bonus.
Okay, so 5 damage. 5 damage. Sorry, 5. I do 5 damage all to myself.
All right. You guys definitely need to get your sheets up in order, please.
I think everybody should invest in the D&D Beyond thing here, man, because it sets all of your stuff for you.
Yeah, that's true. That is helpful, and it's free. So, but we'll talk
Yeah.
about that post show. We'll get to that later. All right, now it's Lacey's turn. Now Lacey is desperate. Her man is in trouble, and he's sucking bad. He's sucking bad. It's embarrassing. So
Oh God.
so she
Uh,
lets off another volley of magic missiles into this one that's right in front of them, and right in front of you and her. And that is 4, 5, 6, 79 points of damage to add to your 5. Which brings us up to 14, and then she just draws her sword across the belly of it, or at least she attempts to. A natural 20 for Lacey. I gotta write that down. Lacey, natural 20.
Yes.
She went from a
Oh, that's
1 to a 20.
round.
Lacey, fate 1.
Nothing's gonna ever
All
keep you
right.
down.
Well, and that's pretty good because, of course, she is using a long sword, and that is doubled. So, let's see what this works out to be. That is a total of, let's see, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 points of damage from her long sword across the belly of this thing as guts and entrails, well, they're both the same thing. Guts and entrails start to flow out. So very nice, Lacey. Good job. Very good job. He's still up though.
Nice.
All right, and of course that brings it to me, and there are 3 remaining. So the one in front of I gotta go. I have to go after Baran because it's
oh, you
fate.
suck.
It's fate. So Baran, white or black, there, brother.
Black.
Oh man.
All right. Well, luckily the black misses, the white hits. So you do take claw damage here. And let me roll that up real quick. Da, 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 da. Alrighty. So you take 6, 7, 8 points of damage from a claw. And now we have the one that is in front of Bill, I do believe, which is the other damaged one. And Bill, white or black? Bill?
I'll go with white this time.
Okay. Wow, that's too bad. Now this is what's going to happen. I actually hit you with that bite, but it rolled a 1 in its claw. So it comes to bite you, but it's so excited. You notice these things seem to be starving. They're overly excited. They're not being strategic. They're desperate. Right, is what you're getting out of the feel of these creatures. And even though you may or your character may or not understand Ettercap, Braun certainly does. These are not completely stupid creatures, right? They're little under an orc, but they can have a civilized existence. You know what I mean? They're not animals. But this thing is so excited to get on you. That bite was right on top of you. His own claw actually hitting himself in the face and dissuading him and therefore disengaging him from hitting you, which really sucks. But now the other.
Lucky.
So yay, happiness. Now the third one, which is dealing with the halfling, it does something different. However, halfling, what is your armor class, please?
14.
Okay. So what happens is this creature, as you see, let me come back over to the picture so you guys can see it more clearly again. It right here at the base where you would think it's growing. Oh no, actually, it would be in the back.
Oh.
Its tail comes the back abdomen kind of leans underneath itself, and it shoots a web out, and the web hits you and encases you, and the creature is restrained by webbing. As an action, the restrained character can make a DC 11, so that's as an action. So basically, you are encased in a web, and on your turn, you'll have an opportunity to try to break out of it, possibly. All right, so this is our situation. We have, and they're not disengaging, by the way. The first one got scared and was trying to get away, but you guys knocked it down and killed it, which is, of course, murder hobos. But these ones, they're not disengaging, even though they probably should. They're just desperate. So back to the top, Bill.
All right. Okay, so rolling the 2d20 again. All right, so I've got the one in front of me still, who just bit his hand. That's the one I'll lay this down on. And
What are you doing?
what did I? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to swing my bow staff twice again.
So you just
At-
doing your standard multi-attack. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm just doing my standard. So I got, what is that? A 9? No, it's +7. So I got a 10. Does that hit?
No.
Okay, so I hit on the second one because I rolled a 15. So I'll just roll a
Mhm.
D8. And I guess so that would just be the 4 points of damage. So 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. All right. So this thing is pretty badly injured from your attacks, and you're starting to break pieces of its carapace, and it seems to maybe be thinking twice about this full-on attack. Go ahead, Laz. Laz?
Sorry. Once firebolt.
It's always firebolt with you.
Okay.
Stick with what you know.
Acid
It's like
splash.
a warlock with friggin' Eldritch Blast.
Right,
I'm
right. Glass
just-
cannons.
I have very little offensive stuff right now, unless you want me to do like guards and shit like that.
No, your character is built for non-combat stuff. There's nothing wrong with that at all, dude. Go ahead.
It's what stick with what it works, man.
All right,
Yeah.
firebolt. Let's hope I do a good one. So, cross fingers. 14.
A 14.
All right.
Now, just to make sure you're doing this correctly, Slick, what number did you roll on the dice?
14.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. That 14 gets a +2 added to it for your proficiency bonus, and it also adds your charisma. What is your charisma? It's +3, right?
I have 17 charisma.
Yeah, so it's +3. So every time you attack with your spell, it is +5 to hit. So that 14 is actually a 19.
Okay.
Okay. So just write that down, right? Just
Yeah.
write it on your paper.
19.
It's already on there. If you go down to where your spells are, it says spell attack bonus, and right there it says +5. So
Okay. All right there. Okay. Let's see. All right.
Okay. So you do your damage, please. Now, I'm assuming, which one are you attacking? The one that is on Baran and Lacey, or the one that is on Bill?
Sorry. 13. Whatever. On who's got the least hit points.
That has nothing to do with it.
Oh, and okay, just the one on Braun.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So the hell with the monk. Poor bastard. So what was your total damage, by the way?
My total damage 13.
Okay. 13. Awesome. So let's see here. That's 30. So it's 40. Oh, so close. This thing is basically hanging on by a thread. It's nearly dead. All right. Then we come down to Bob.
Cut the thread.
okay, well, I see my cleric brother getting the crap kicked out of him, and nobody's helping him.
Nobody's helping.
So
And
I'm
you're-
gonna.
by the way, you're glowing with the absolutely awesomeness of it is to actually implode an Ettercap. So there's a glow of pride and awesomeness. Curlan is looking down upon you, sir.
I am Corlane's fist. I will run over. I'll draw my mace, and I'll just take a crack right upside this thing's head.
Oh wow, he's engaging in physical combat. My God, go ahead.
I'm feeling invincible. All right.
Invincible. Very
Let
nice.
me roll this here. Oh my God! Another 20.
Jeez, dude, you're having a day.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Okay.
We need it because I'm like,
All right. Now,
It's been a complete drought, and then all of a sudden it's all at once.
all at once. Now, of course, you can roll the damage if you want, but it's dead. But if you just want to have,
I
the
want to
feel
roll
of
it. I want to see what happens. I want to
Sure.
see what happens.
Go ahead.
Okay, come here. You sure he's at this?
Pull up another one, isn't he?
No, I think Bob might well level today, dude.
Yeah.
I rolled a 6 on a 6-sided die.
Sweet.
So that's 12. That's let me see here. Let me bring this up here real quick. I'm getting excited. 14 points.
Awesome, dude. And that's more than enough to take this thing out. So he lunges after his amazing explosion of the other one and actually bashes this one's head in. As you see him run in next to you, Bill, you kind of in your crouch position as a monk, and you look up, and he glows with ultra handsomeness. Just it touches your heart.
I am all that is man. Fear me.
Halfling.
There's really not much I can do this round.
No, the only thing you could do is try to escape, actually.
Okay, so I
So-
roll a strength.
Yep, give me a strength roll, please.
My dump stat. Awesome. That's a 5.
Okay, so you're unable to break it. You're struggling. It sucks.
I also
It sucks
utter-
being a halfling. No, hold on, I'm enjoying myself. Eh.
Sing your way out of that one, Bard.
I yell at the creature like, you don't want to eat me. I don't taste good at all.
Okay,
That's a
Baran.
complete lie. I hear that halflings are made of candy at the center.
Shut up,
And
you.
he's coated with orc sauce too. So
Who needs friends like that? Baran, go
Jeez,
ahead, dude.
Ron, I'm out. I'm completely out. I have literally 0 HP after that last one.
Oh, really? Well, you got to
Oh,
tell me
really?
these things, dude.
Oh,
Oh.
dude.
All right,
Well,
okay.
I'm
Now
lying
hold
there going.
on. Are you at 0? Or are you at negative?
I'm at 0. No.
Okay.
I'm at
all
0.
right, you're fine.
Exactly at 0.
So Lacey's
So.
like, no,
Oh,
and she rolls
Shut
a
up,
3.
soy boy.
She rolls a 3. So she's swinging wildly at it, and she misses. So that's wonderful. Now it's my turn. The one in front of you and Braun, in front of Braun, of course, is just going to attack Lacey because that's what's in front of him. Ooh, not good. He hits her twice. All right. She's got the most hit points in the crew, though, so she should be fine. Let me go ahead and do this because first time she's gotten damaged, actually. So we make her Constitution roll. No problem. That is such a weak Constitution roll with that, actually. Let me see her damage here. Okay. So 3, 4, 5. And she also takes this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. She takes 10 points of damage, Lacey. Okay.
Ooh.
So she gets bit and she gets clawed, and she's directly engaged. Now on my turn, for the other one that's in front of the halfling, he picks up the halfling and he runs.
Oh shit.
He's running with him?
Yep.
Oh, crap.
Give me
and
perception roll.
there's
Everyone
two
who-
left, right?
There's 2 left. Everyone who's not unconscious, give me a perception check, please.
Okay.
You could have just said everybody except for Boran.
I could have, but I was trying to be nice.
Okay. That would be a 22.
Okay. Just go ahead and list them off, please. What did you get, Laz?
9.
What? I did 15. What are we talking about?
No, you
Roll
need
a
to
20.
roll a
Perception.
20-sided for your perception, please.
I did
And then-
15.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then look on your sheet and find where's your perception and add that.
Halfling.
Perception 1. 16.
Okay. Halfling, what is your perception?
Let me roll. Damn, I'm
My
rolling
perception
terrible.
is I'm about to get it.
My perception, I believe, is a 9.
So you rolled a 9. Okay. So you're barely aware that you are being carried away by an ettercap. The rest of you guys who made your rolls, you notice that there's an ettercap running away with a wee halfling webbed up in its arms.
You're just trying to get rid of him.
I'll look at the monk. I'll be right back.
All right. Lacey's engaged, so she can't deal with it. And of course, we are at the top of the round again. So this is Bill, right? So Bill, what are you going to do? You have no enemy in front of you. Lacey is engaged and struggling. Baran is on the ground. And you made your roll, so you see that the halfling is being carried away. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna assist Lacey,
All right.
and so
Go ahead.
go on.
So you have to move into engagement with her. Therefore, you can only make a single attack.
Oh, okay. I'll re-roll then. I rolled a 9. No, a 10. 10 to hit.
That's your total. You miss.
Yeah.
So you come over to try to be valiant and help the beautiful Lacey. Once again. Hold on a second. There you go. So you remember what you're fighting for. All right. But you miss. Okay. So that brings us down to Laz. What are you doing, Laz? You understand the situation. So what are you going to do?
I would like to try to help the halfling. Am I within
Firebolt?
range?
Firebolt? You're definitely in range. You're absolutely. What is your range on Firebolt?
I don't know.
I think it's 30 to 60, 30/60, and you're exactly
All
in
right.
range. So go ahead,
All
help
right,
him,
then
and
I'm
please miss,
gonna
please,
try
please miss, please,
to-
please, please, please.
Please. Here we go. 10 plus 5, 15.
Damn it! All right, fine. So the Ettercap's trying to escape with its meal, and the Firebolt strikes it in its back, and it's like or whatever Ettercaps sound like. So go ahead and do your damage. Damn it! All right.
Okay, one more time. Come on, give me a good one. 13.
Okay. So it's of course it's still up, but it is damaged, and that brings us down to cleric. Now, cleric, you it's of course same speed as you, so you can run and attack. You can make a move and attack, or you can do
What's
something
its
else.
speed? What's its speed? Because I actually have my speed is 35.
Oh well, you're faster. It's a 30.
Okay. I will run. How far away from me is it actually?
Oh, it's about 30 feet. Yeah, it's heading toward the woods.
Okay. Okay. I will cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
And let me close that real quick there. Let me go ahead and cast that. Get my row. Oh, so close to another one. Oh man. All right, 19. 19, so 25.
25. That's to hit. Yes,
Yep.
you most certainly hit.
Okay, let me roll my damage. Oh, good. Let's see. 24.
Wow. Jeez. All right. It's definitely hurt. It lets out a scream. You take off carapace, goes flying, hair flying as well. Halfling is screaming, and it brings us down to the halfling.
Oh, and I'll give chase for my move action.
I'm assuming you are. Yeah, you're in
Okay.
movement, so yeah.
I've got
So
one last bardic inspiration, so I'm going to put that towards what I roll to try and escape.
okay.
Okay.
I'm assuming you can do that when you're completely prone. Completely,
should be
you're
able to.
incapacitated. Is it a verbal component only?
I don't know. It's not saying. I think it's just verbal, but let me check real quick. I didn't notice any of the components. I don't see anything else. It just says a creature that can hear me.
All right,
within
you're good to
60
go.
feet.
You are good to go. Go ahead, and you're trying to make a strength roll to get out of this.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if I actually even come close.
Well,
Oh my
it's a
God.
lot more difficult than it was before. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Even if I, yeah, no, I got an 8, so no.
All right.
that didn't
So
work.
you're like, I'm a halfling and I suck.
Rolling terribly. I rolled a 6 on my bardic inspiration and a 2 on my.
Just it's not coincidence that you get the same sound as Lacey's. It's the same. All right. Which
You
brings
suck, man. I'm going home.
you. So, Baran, it's your
If I was
turn.
then unconscious, I'd punch you.
Baran, it's your turn. Oh, sorry, you're down. Lacey,
Yeah.
Lacey's having trouble, but Lacey plants her feet, and she's got to lay into this thing. And finally, all right, she hits it, and she actually takes her longsword and just skewers it right to the chest of this thing, and it drops down. Of course, Bill in there is engaged, and then it brings it to my turn. There's only one left, and it spends its entire movement moving. And it heads into the thick of this wood, and the last bit of its movement, because this creature actually has a climb speed, which most creatures don't. It's in a tree, cleric.
Okay.
So back to the top, Bill. Lacey has just dispatched the last Ettercap with you. What would you like to do?
Go. I have a speed of 40. How close can I get if they have a
Um,
turn ahead, a head start?
Well, you don't have a climb speed, but with that speed, you most certainly could get directly beneath it, taking the full round to get there. Yeah.
Would I be able to do
No.
Um,
No.
I can't
It's the
throw
full
a dart
round action.
on the
Yeah.
wall?
Full
with
movement.
the
Yeah.
super duper dexterity?
No,
throw
it
a dart
doesn't.
while I'm doing
No,
it?
it doesn't work like that. Yeah, you have to take
Okay.
you have to take both actions to get to where it is, and you could be directly under it though, for sure. And you do have a leap, but in this case, I don't think you're high. If you were a higher level monk, I think you could have done something pretty impressive, but you're not there quite there yet. But
Yeah, I can't
yeah.
Naruto up the tree. So.
No, but you will eventually, though. So that would negate this kind of advantage. But all right, so you're directly underneath of it, which brings us to Laz. What do you want to do, Laz? This thing is out of your range, by the way. It's 90 feet away from you. So
Shit. Is there anything all the rest of them are dead, right?
yes, they are all the Ettercaps are dead. That is true.
I'm running out. I'm gonna have to run after the bar. Excuse me, the monk, and
Yep.
try to assist.
Okay, so you travel 60 feet, which puts you 30 feet behind where the Ettercap is up in the tree. But you're involved. Cleric.
I will take my movement so I can get closer, and I will take a shot at this thing. I will cast Guiding Bolt once again.
Okay, so you're within 25-foot range, so you should be able to do that.
Yeah, it's got 120-foot range, so.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, okay. Now
Okay.
I am, however, going to give you disadvantage on this roll because it's in the trees.
Okay. All right. Oh, damn it,
Why? What happened?
dude.
Is your streak over?
One of them was a 20.
I
Oh, no
apologize. What was the
I
other one?
kid you not. The other one was a 19, so it still hits, but still.
All right.
I'm like, oh, come on, man. That would have been awesome.
Well, that's
You're
the way the
rolling.
cookie crumbles. Go
Oh,
ahead.
my God.
Do your damage, please.
All right. Hang on a minute. That would have been, oh, man. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Not quite as good. 16.
Okay. You kill this thing, blasting it literally.
Oh, wow.
Its left arm comes flying off, and you blast it out of the tree, and it's falling, and it drops its halfling, and the halfling falls. And the halfling, I'm going to use my bone dice for this, just because, and the halfling bounces off the ground twice and takes
Lands
damn
on
it.
the only rock in the forest right on his head.
That's exactly right. And unfortunately, I rolled very lowly, so you only take 5 points of damage. Damn it! That could have been 18
Okay.
points of damage. It could have been, but it wasn't. It's only 5.
I am very perturbed by the whole
I'd
situation.
imagine, yeah.
Mhm.
But nevertheless, now the cleric, the monk, Lacey, of course, is coming up. Laz, well, no, Lacey wouldn't. She's dealing with Baran, crying over him. Don't die, don't leave me alone in this cruel world. But so Lacey's dealing with Baran. But the rest of you guys are over. You're helping the. I'm assuming you're helping the halfling, or are you laughing at him first? Just curious.
No, I'm not laughing at him. I pull out my dagger and I try to cut off his.
Of course. All right. You're so
I-
nice and gentle of you. But you get the halfling out and stuff, and everyone who's in the area, which is everybody pretty much, except for Braun and Lacey, give me a perception check, please.
Oh, not again.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
I'm rolling
It's okay,
crap.
guys. I'm here.
9.
That's a 10, right?
That's
No.
a D20, dude. D20.
I rolled a 16.
Oh,
17.
jeez. I almost had another 20 again.
All right. I need totals.
That would be an 18.
Perception
18.
check with my
Okay.
perception +1, so that's 18.
18.
All right, sweet.
18.
All right, rock on. So pretty much all of you see it. You guys notice that this Ettercap was heading in a specific direction, and directly in front of you, you see a heavily webbed area that's slightly a block from view inside of the overgrowth here. But you see there's a webbing area, and you swear you see something glinting inside of it.
It's time for the monk to take a ride up into the tree.
No, it's not in a tree. It's in a.
It's in the webbing.
Oh, it's in webbing.
Yeah. I will cast Sacred Flame to burn the webbing away. Actually, no. I'm not even going to do that. I'm just gonna light a torch.
Maybe we should look. Maybe we should.
Yeah.
Look. Yeah.
Well,
maybe.
that's
Oh, okay.
Somebody take a look.
Yeah. DM
Yeah,
suggestion. All right, you guys go over there and you take a look. Now, what you see is this is the den of the Ettercap. And inside of here, you see there is a clutch of 4 Ettercap eggs. And you also see there's a pile of bones. And amongst those pile of bones, there is a sword. And there is also a few pouches which have some coin in them. And there is also there's some armor, but it's all rusted and damaged. But there's one suit of armor that looks perfectly clean, even though it's on a body that is completely gnawed down to the bone.
What kind of armor is it?
It is, well, I was going to roll it up later, but
I mean the type of armor.
Yeah, I was going to roll it up later, but we'll call it scale mail.
Okay. Ooh, that's what I'm wearing. Can we actually I'm looking at the eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Can we light the eggs on fire?
You and fire, yeah, of course you can.
Okay.
Or just
let's get the stuff out.
Squish them, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm a cleric. I burn things.
Okay. I want to keep one.
No.
No.
I'm not even arguing that point with you. No.
All right, so you burn them up.
You know, perhaps we could sell
Actually,
them.
wait. You know what? Stop. Hang on. I stopped myself. You probably could sell one of those to that crazy mage.
You probably could sell more than one.
Let's take the eggs.
That's what I think. Take the eggs.
Does anyone here have any kind of arcane skill whatsoever?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Well, you know right well those things are valuable.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and put those in a bag.
Okay. So you take all your treasures, and you guys, which I'll deal with that off screen, and you guys head over back to Baran. Now, of course, Lacey, she does have a couple of things on her herself. So let me see here. you get 10 hit points back, Baron.
Woohoo! I'm alive.
And
I have the healing potions if anyone needs.
is his how long does the poison affect the monk?
Not poison.
There's no poison. I was totally ineffective with poison the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately. But all right, guys. So, wow, that was a very long combat, and but that's okay. We're gonna make it. We're gonna get better at it. We're gonna get better at it. But we're definitely sitting in our 2 hours now. We didn't get very far, but we're definitely heading in the right direction. We do appreciate all you guys come over to watch us and listen to us today. We certainly had a more intense combat than I think we've had so far, which is interesting on and to itself, I'd say. But thank you very much, and definitely come here next week for Bugbear's Basement, episode 6 of Moonshea Isles, as they will most certainly get into Farview next week. So thank you guys. Thank you all the panel and the players here for being part of it. Do keep in mind tomorrow that tomorrow is our comics news today, and we have Doc Salem going to be on the show. So definitely come check that out. It's an interesting looking project. And of course, we have Drone Record this week, as well as coming up on Sunday, we have part 2 of TFT's Flat Earth. Flat Earth.
Dun, dun, dun.
Don't miss it. Last time we all assumed that the government trolls would show up, and they did. It was so awesome. I was so flattered. I was like, little old me. And so definitely come and be part of that, guys. And if you want to be on any of our shows, including the TFT, Tinfoil Talk, just hit up my Twitter down below and let me know. Happy to have you. This is Fanspeak. All right. Well, thank you guys very much. And anyone want to have some words of wisdom? You know what? I tried desperately to eat a halfling today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow the halfling to give us some words of wisdom. But I do have a stricture here for you, Mr. Halfling. It must be in the voice of Corny Tip. Words of wisdom, please.
Let's see here. God loves a working man. Don't trust Whitey, and see a doctor and get rid of it.
Oh my. Well, there it is, guys. Thank you very much, and later.
Hasta luego, y'all.